my name is Daniel, student at Moringa School. This is my phase 4 project. So just to start with my slides. Uh, so just to start my slide, this is the Construction Connect platform. It's a connecting platform for construction people. So ideally, a lot of construction attaches, for instance, have a lot of major issues with learning, especially when they go to, say, the internship, the attachment period. So it becomes really difficult for an intern or an attachee to gain mentorship from the engineers, from the firemen, from the contractor. So this platform sort of gives you the opportunity to do that. So yeah, so it's called a construction connecting connect platform. Construction connect platform. That's what I call it. Connecting builders, mentors, and managers through tech. Problem statement is that construction workers lack centralized mentorship access. They have little to no tailored Q&A forums for industry-specific knowledge. Managers lack tools to mentor learning and engagement. So ideally, for instance, they lack centralized mentorship access. That means it becomes really difficult for an intern or an attachee to have mentorship from a specific person. So for instance, say you are an architect attachee and you'd like to have, and say you're on the ground. So before the architect actually comes on site, it takes a bit of time. They come like once a month and for a very short time. So it becomes a bit strenuous for you as an attachee to learn things, but you're going to end up working somewhere else where you didn't really want to work. So no tailored Q&A forums is that with less time comes less opportunities to ask questions, and the questions that you might ask are not really tailored. They should be really sharp and yeah. So managers also lack tools for learning and engagement. You'll get like a mentor telling you go research on these, and then it's a whole thing. It becomes a whole thing. So it becomes really difficult. So my solution to this was to have a post and answer technical questions platform, a match with mentors rather, moderate content as a manager, and easy to use interface. To have an easy to use interface, to have a platform where you can ask questions and then they're answered by your mentor or site manager, for instance. So yeah, it becomes a lot more easier. So my user roles in this case are visitors can log in and register. Users, that is apprentices and journeymen, they can ask questions and answer questions. They update their profiles, view mentors. Yeah. Manager can be able to moderate users, questions and answers. So for instance, say a question is irrelevant, able to deal with it. Live links. So I was able to deploy the head issues. My front end with render. My issue was my client file wasn't readable for some reason. So I've really tried to have it readable on VS Code, and also evidently from VS Code to GitHub it's not readable. So I had to create another repo, which I linked it to my README of my original repo. But it works, but I'm still trying to find my way around it, see how what's the problem. Backend as well also rendered it with, I also deployed it with render. Tech stack, so the technologies that I used here are for the front end, React, Vite, and Tailwind CSS. Also a lot of JavaScript. That's under React, obviously. Back end, I used Flask. Flask GWT for authentication and authorization, SQML, Alchemy also. Database I used PostgreSQL. Deployment, though this is a mistake, should have been both render. So both front end render and render for also back end. System architecture is the client, that's the React front end, communicates with the backend Flask API, and then backend communicates with the database. Of course, I have JWT authentication, CORS, and RESTful endpoints. Demos is that I'm going to show you this way later, though. A homepage view, question and answer workflow, and a manager's dashboard, which I really worked on. Challenges that I faced here, for instance, one of them, which is not here though on this point, is as I was saying, the client file was unreadable, which really frustrated me for some time. CORS and JWT across domains, database migration and syncing, role-based content visibility. Yes, I had to specify this is for who. Yeah. So some of the lessons I've learned is modular project structuring, effective API communication, real-world use of authentication, and REST principles. Also, another I've learned from, well, my experience on here and not having to waste time is if you have an issue, just try and figure out a way out of it, because it has really eaten up most of my time trying to find out what's wrong. Yeah, but I have learned. Some of the next steps I would like to have is add a real-time chat. So these really low amount of lagging or pop-up notifications once a mentor, for instance, gets a question, so that the attachee or intern or the apprentice, for instance, as I've named the role, can be able to get their answers as quickly as possible. Enhance question tagging, improve mobile responsiveness, and push notifications and bookmarkings for easier navigation. Thank you for your time. I can now just proceed to go ahead and show you my project. So this is it. Let me just go to my README file. It's a construction connect platform. I think I've told you this also. The links are on here. At this point, I'm using my local version just to have a quicker response. So yeah, so this is the issue I was telling you about, but I've included the repo on here. So I do have my client file, and then my server, and all of them under app. So so the front end, the manager's dashboard and all that. Here it is, answers lists, the manager's functions, the mentorship also, yeah, and then just run away from this for a minute. My routes are here: authentication, answers.py, manager.py, mentorship.py. Yeah, and had really nice time though with authentication. I particularly enjoyed this. So yeah, so let me just go ahead to the project itself. Login as a manager, for instance. Yes, so on here you can be able to moderate and see how many users you have. At the moment I have 7 users. Questions, you can moderate the questions, answer them, literally submit your answered, have your answered questions, and also have your unanswered questions. Yeah, and then you can also have reports for instance, any questions that you have. Yeah, so this is my project presentation. Yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me.